right, to begin our beanie, we're going to start with our main hook and our yarn, and we're going to create a magic ring. Now, the way I like to create magic rings is a technique where it's a little bit more reinforced, so it's a little bit less flimsy than a traditional magic ring. So we're going to take the tail end of our yarn and then our index finger and middle finger, and we're just going to wrap that tail around our fingers 3 times. And then I can kind of grasp it back here with these 2 fingers here. And then I'm going to take my hook and insert it under the first 2 strands of yarn. And then I'm going to go under the 3rd one and grab it and pull it underneath both of those strands of yarn. Once I do that, I then carefully grip the ring right about here and then pull my 2 fingers out of the ring. And I now have this kind of double-stranded magic ring that I can work with a little bit more easily than the traditional one where there's only the 1 strand of yarn. Once I do this, I will then carefully chain 1. And now I'm ready to begin working my stitches into this magic ring. So what we're going to be doing is placing 12 herringbone double crochets into this ring. So to do that, we're going to start by creating a stacked single crochet. What a stacked single crochet does is rather than doing like a chain up and starting to work, it's going to place 2 single crochets, one on top of the other, to kind of mimic the way that a double crochet looks. So to do a stacked single crochet, we're going to start by inserting our hook into our ring, yarning over and pulling up a loop, and then yarning over and pulling through 2. And that just creates our regular single crochet to start. But then to stack another single crochet on top of it, we're going to locate this kind of vertical bar right here. And we're going to insert our hook into that vertical bar. Once we're inside that vertical bar, we're going to yarn over, pull through another loop here, and then yarn over and pull through 2. And that stacks a single crochet on top of another one and kind of mimics the way that a normal double crochet looks. So it's got about that same thickness. It's not just a single thin chain. So it blends in a lot better, I feel, than doing a chain up and working. So each time we start a new round, we're going to always start with this stacked single crochet. Now this is going to count as our first herringbone double crochet, even though we technically didn't actually work a herringbone, but we're going to count it as our first stitch. So that means I now need to work 11 more actual herringbone double crochets into this ring. Now to do a herringbone double crochet, we do that a little bit differently from a regular double crochet. A traditional double crochet, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then you would proceed to finish your double crochet by pulling through 2 and then pulling through 2. But for a herringbone double crochet, we actually wanted to get it to lean. So to get it to lean, we're going to take this loop that we pulled through, this first one, and we're going to actually pull it through that middle loop without doing any yarn overs. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through just this middle loop here. And then we'll complete our double crochet by yarning over and pulling through 2. And that creates a double crochet that leans, in my case, to the left. Now, if you're working this pattern left-handed, it's going to lean to the right. So let me demonstrate that stitch again here. So in our magic ring, we're going to yarn over, insert, and pull a loop. But then we're going to pull that loop through that middle stitch, or that middle loop there. Then yarn over and pull through just 1. And then yarn over, pull through 2. Now this does take some getting used to at first because it's not how we do our normal double crochets. But once you do get the hang of it, it becomes just as natural to work these as it does a regular double crochet. You'll work through them just as quickly. So I'm going to work through a few more here. So we're going to yarn over, insert, pull our loop through, but we're going to pull that loop again through that middle stitch or that middle loop. Then we're going to yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And then just keep repeating that until I have a total of 12 stitches worked into my magic ring. All right. And then that is my 12th stitch. And we can see here that if I lay it flat, there's really not much going on right now, so it's kind of hard to see it. But if you do kind of follow along, all of these double crochets are leaning to the left for me. So it's creating this kind of like starting spiral pattern, which is what's going to create the spiral pattern as we continue to grow this hat. Okay. Now, once I have those 12 stitches, one thing I'm going to do now is I can go ahead and tighten up my magic ring. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my hook here. And then gripping my tail end here and grasping one of my secure stitches here, I can slowly pull this tail until it tightens that center up. And I can tighten it up as tight as I really want to. And then that's going to help close up that little hole there in the middle. And so that creates a nice solid top to our hat. Then I could go ahead and either weave in this end or just leave it and deal with it later. It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to go ahead and leave mine in there and just continue on to my next round. Okay, so for round 2, we're going to begin working our increases. So to work our increases, we're going to follow a pretty simple formula where we're going to be increasing by 12 each round. Because that's our starting number, we're going to increase by 12 on round 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. So we're going to go from 12 stitches to 24, then to 36, then to 48, etc. To do that, we're going to start by inserting our hook into the first stitch that we worked here. Then I'm going to slip stitch that together. Then, without doing any chaining, I'm going to insert my hook back into that same stitch I just joined into and work my stacked single crochet. So I'm going to place 1 single crochet, then insert my hook into that vertical bar and create my stacked single crochet on top of it. And now would be an excellent time to bring in our beginning of round stitch marker. And I'm going to place that stitch marker into the top of this first stitch. And that will just be my way of knowing that I've reached the beginning of the round once I've gotten all the way to the end here. All right. Now to do our increases, we're going to place 2 herringbone double crochets into every stitch. So right now, in this first stitch, I've already placed my stacked single crochet, which counts as 1 stitch. And now I need to work another herringbone double crochet into this stitch to count as my increase. So I'm going to just yarn over, insert my hook into that same stitch I just joined into, pull up my loop, and then pull it through that middle loop. Then yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Once I do that, I then go to my next stitch here, and I'm going to place 2 herringbone double crochets into that stitch. So in this next one, I'll do 1 herringbone double crochet, and then a second herringbone double crochet. Then I find my next stitch and I do the same thing. I just work 2 herringbone double crochets into that stitch. And then I just keep repeating that all the way until I get to the end where I work my final 2 herringbone double crochets in that last stitch. And I should find that I'll have 24 herringbone double crochets by the end of round 2. All right, I've got one more stitch here to work into. So I'm going to work my final increase there. Okay. And now I should be back around to the beginning where I have my stitch marker, and there should be 24 total herringbone double crochets around, including that first stacked single crochet. It's always a good idea as you're starting a pattern like this to make sure you're getting the right number of stitches to start, because you'll find it can get very easy to mess up and get the wrong stitch number. And then you find when you get to the end, you're like, oh no, I messed up. I don't have the right number. That's okay. You can always go back, find where maybe you made a mistake, and you can frog back to be able to go and fix that and then go back in. All right. So now that I've gotten that increase done, I'm ready to begin round 3, where I'm going to increase by 12 again. But if I try to do that by doubling every stitch, that's going to create 48 stitches, not 36. So for us to do the increase on the next round, we actually don't increase in every stitch. Instead, we're going to increase in every other stitch. So for this first one, I'm going to slip stitch to join, just like I did in the previous round. And then without doing any chaining, I'm just going to insert my hook into that same stitch and do my stacked single crochet. And there we are. And then I'm going to go ahead and place my stitch marker back into that first stitch. There we go. And now I'm going to increase in this first stitch by doing a second herringbone double crochet. Sorry, that was a little too tight, so let me try that again. And there we are. But then in the next stitch, I'm not going to increase because I want to do it every other stitch. So I've increased in this one. So in the next one, I'm just going to do 1 herringbone double crochet. And then I'll repeat. I'm going to increase in this next stitch. So I'll do 2 herringbone double crochets. Followed by 1 herringbone double crochet in the next stitch. Then I do 2. And then 1. And I just keep repeating that all the way until I get to the end. And I'll find that by the end, I should have 36 herringbone double crochets. All right, I'm on my last 2 stitches here. So I'll do my increase in this next one. And then 1 herringbone in that last one there. All right. And that is the end of round 3. Now to start round 4, we're going to do basically that same idea where we're going to be increasing by 12. But if I do it every other, it's going to increase it too many times. So now I have to add another 1 herringbone double crochet in between my increases. And so we're going to start seeing that pattern happen as we continue to grow. It started with increases having no extra stitches between to having 1 stitch in between. And now for this one, we're going to have 2 stitches in between each increase. So we're going to do our slip stitch to join. And then we're going to do our stacked single. There we go. Go ahead and place my stitch marker here. And then I'm going to increase in this first stitch by placing another herringbone double crochet. Then I'm going to work the next 2 stitches with just 1 herringbone double crochet in each. Then once I do that, I'll then increase in the next stitch. Followed by no increasing in the next 2 stitches. And then I just keep repeating that. 2 in this one. Then 1 in the next one. And 1 in the next one. And I'll do that all the way around. All right, I'm coming now to my last 3 stitches here. So that's just perfect because I have an increase in this one, followed by 2 without increasing. All right. And then that is the end of round 4. And it's a little bit wavy right now, but that's okay. As it grows out, it's going to get a little bit easier to flatten and to start forming that round hat shape. And it starts to create almost this like perfect circle. So now that I've done round 4, round 5, 6, 7, and subsequent ones, you pretty much follow that exact same pattern where we're going to increase in our first stitch, and then we're going to do herringbone double crochet in the next 3, then increase, 3, increase, 3, increase, 3. Then when we get to the next round, we're going to increase and then do 4 herringbone double crochets, increase 4, so on and so forth. And then do that same thing for 5 and then 6 until you reach the size, reach the stitch count for your size listed in the pattern. And with that, the remainder of the hat instructions should all have been covered at this point. So I appreciate you stopping by and hope you have a wonderful day.